Hello, people. Um, but what I wanted to do is see if you guys can hear me. If someone's there, can tell me, let me know. You can hear me? Good evening, everyone. Good evening. How's everyone doing this evening? I hope everyone's well. Hello, folks in the clouds. How are you doing? Hey, Mother, how are you? Single, but only one enemy in the barrel. I heard that. I will explain a little bit. Oh, my goodness, it's fun. Hey, Caramel, how are you doing? Do I have to be single to join the chat? I'll be quiet, I promise. No, you don't. Maybe you can teach us a couple of things or two. Maybe you can teach us a couple of things or two. Caramel. Hey, Mimi Twin, how are you doing? Yes, you're fine. Great. Were you all able to hear the intro as you came in? Hey, Don, how are you doing this evening? Were you all able to hear the intro? Because I can't hear it anymore since I got the microphone. Let me pull it over here so you kind folks can see it. My new husband, I told y'all. Hello, Don says hello to everyone. Hi, Angie, how are you doing this evening? Hello. You know, I was thinking, ladies, let's just wait for some more folks to get in the chat. How about that? Let's go to my intro. I'm going to change the intro, guys, here soon. Just FYI. I heard the intro too. Awesome. I'm glad you did. Let's just play a little quick intro right quick.
I hear you. I hear you.
That's weird. Can you all still hear me? While you do that, I'm just going to go over here to the ads right quick. To the articles. Where's that other one? Which phone? It's getting on my nerves. Okay. Thank y'all for being patient. Thank you so much for being patient, everyone. I'm not sure why my intro doesn't want to.
I hear you. I hear you.
Weird. So anyway, how are you guys doing this evening? Thank y'all for joining me this evening. My apologies. My computer's acting ugly today. Not sure why, but I am going to get used to it. I think it's the microphone that's not allowing me to hear, but at least it's allowing you all to hear it. Mimi says 450 and up. For 50 and up, y'all. Yes. Hey, y'all. Hello, everyone in the chat. Hello. So I decided today to talk about women 40 and over. Where's our men, right? They say there's a saying out there that says that, what does the saying says? It's easier for us to meet our demise with a terrorist before we get married. That is the statistics. That's what they're saying. However, it's kind of like an inside joke, I guess, because women over 40, we feel that, our day may not come. But from what I can see on the statistics and what we look at in this article, it'll show us that we are capable of getting married. We will be able to get married. A lot of the folks have a tendency to try to push their daughters to being married in their 20s, push them. However, they're not going for it. A lot of these young ladies are not going for it. What they're doing is their education first. They're getting stable first. And by the time they reach that goal, they're in their 30s, late 30s, because a lot of them are becoming doctors, lawyers, and it's, years of law school, years of school, education. So we're not stuck out, women. We're not, because that's what's happening these days. And also, they noted a lot of men have a tendency to not want the ladies to be independent. They are kind of, I would say, afraid of us, educated women. Women who are educated, we're domesticated. Yes, we are domesticated. However, they feel insecure, especially if you're making more money than them. So that has been the issue with women 40 and up, mainly. Hello there, Darlene Wink Watkins. Hello, everyone. They also said that the percentage, as we're going to read here, it used to be, they used to claim that it was only 2.6% for women 40 and up to be married. Yes, 2.6% that we're going to get married. However, another doctor, she has came into play, came in, and she has done more studies, and it is showing that women 40 and up have a 40% chance of getting married now, which is awesome. Thank you for hitting the like button. Everyone, please hit the like button, please. Also, before we get more into it, I did look at my analytics, and I noticed that a lot of you have not set your notifications to be set at all notifications. So when you get a chance, please set your notifications to all notifications, because it's saying like only 27% has their notifications to all notifications for the channel. That's why you're not getting the notifications, ladies. Some of you are not getting the notifications. So double check that. Double check if you're subscribed, and also the like button if you can. I really would appreciate it. Let's get to it, shall we? I'm going to share the screen here so we can go into, so we can go into the article to see what they are saying. Because I also looked at my analytics and noticed that it's about 40%, 99% of the ladies that view me are 40 and up, between the ages of 40 and 60 years old. Yeah, it's like probably about 9% only, if that. That's in their 30s or younger. Okay, let's see if you guys can see this. Yes, you guys can see it. Wonderful, wonderful. Yes, please, everyone hit the like button. Thank you guys so much. Cameron says, I waited till I was 33 to get married. Okay. Let me just take a look at the rest of her. She said 33 when she got married, and she's glad of it. Yes. So that's why a lot of women are getting married late, just FYI, in late age, because they are getting their education. They are getting stability with their jobs. They're just becoming stable, because a lot of women, if you're smart, you don't want to have a baby when you're not stable. And that's why a lot of women made mistakes at. They had babies as teens, in early 20s, and they weren't married. And, they weren't able to go back to school, So that's what a lot of women are doing. They are getting their education, and they're becoming more stable nowadays. Let's go to that, shall we? The article. It says marriage after 40. Is it possible? Not possible? It says 20 years ago, Newsweek magazine caused an uproar among single women, working women, when it published a controversial article predicting that professional women over the age of 30 would have a very hard time getting married. Now they admit those numbers are way off. We like that. We like that, ladies. Let's get to some of the main parts. I noticed that on these articles, they always refer back to 1986. So this particular article as well says the 1986 article predicted that women after 30 only had a 20% chance of getting married. This is women after 30 had a 20% chance of getting married. For women over 40, those chances plummeted to 2.6%, according to the article. That's a very low percent, right, ladies? Very low percent. We run around here like, we only have a 2.6% chance of getting married. And so that's why they compared it to the statistics of a terrorist being able to get a hold of us. Weird, right? It says, ask why those numbers were so completely wrong, Miller said. Because it was the middle of a cultural revolution. More women were at work. More women were getting college educations. More women were able to be financially independent. And it was like predicting the future based on the past, when all women got married by 20. See, previously, women got married younger, because they just thought that, oh my God, if I don't get married when I'm young, I'm never going to find a husband. That was a narrative then. However, we're in a new age, we're in a new millennium. And these young women, they are going to school and they are getting their educations. And they're not playing around. They want to be independent. They don't want to have to ask a man for anything. As to back then, the men wanted the women to be more submissive, instead of being independent. So they really weren't marrying those independent women. They were marrying the women that wanted to be more submissive, stay home, clean up, wait on them to give them work, cook for them, And nowadays, women we want to be on our own. We want to make sure we work and have our own, just in case, buddy. Right? Right. It says, Miller remembers that the reaction to the original article was unbelievable. People were anxious, furious, skeptical, she said. Immediately, the census came out with new numbers saying that 2.6 number was too low and it was more like 20% for 40-year-old women. Now, this is for 40-year-old women. It says, but Miller says there's good news for women older than 40. So the good news is that for women over 40 who is single, she has a 40% chance of getting married, at least, probably better than that, she said. That is awesome because that 2.6 number, it was not right, ladies? That 2.6 number, we would have been walking around here, it would have been just millions of women out here single if that number was correct, accurate? It says, she pointed out that the 90-ish% of baby boomer women are married. She pointed out that 90% of the baby boomer women are married already. And that reason why is probably because they did get married at a young age, you know? It says, Newsweek's article featured 14 single women. 20 years later, the magazine tracked down 11 of the women and found that 8 are married. So they followed 14 women. 11 years later, they found that 8 of them only were married. None of them had divorced. Many had children or stepchildren, and all say they were happy. That's great. 2 of those women, Laura Starr said Wednesday to share their thoughts on the article. Both of them were single career women in 1986 and are both now happily married, which is great because, again, it depends on the men that you meet, I guess, as far as your education, as far as your stability, as far as your job is concerned. A lot of men have a tendency to be insecure when they meet a smart, educated, independent woman, don't they? They do. She says, in 1986, Laura said, I'm not married, but I still have a meaningful life with meaningful relationships. Looking back, she says she was happy as a single person. She said, I definitely was. And, you know, the statistics made me very angry. And that they said, you know, I wasn't going to get married or my chances were slim. And basically, they kind of discounted me, she said. I wasn't a person and I felt I had a life. And it really made me mad. She was upset because of the percentage that came out. She said she was single and she was happy, though, as a single woman. However, those statistics, they kind of mess with her, you know? What if she did want to get married? I mean, it was like a chance, 2.6% chance she's going to get married. It says Lori went on to marry the brother of a close friend when she was 39 years old. So let me come back to you guys. What do y'all think about that? I put a lip gloss in the chat. If you think that women over 40 years old still have an opportunity to get married, women over 40 years old has an opportunity to get married, put a lip gloss in the chat. Or I guess, if you think that women over 40 still have an opportunity to get married. I believe we do, personally. I believe we do. Let me see what you ladies say. She said, I was married to my husband until he passed. We had a great marriage, but I had no desire to remarry. That's totally understandable. Because I always said that if I get married, I will be dedicated to my husband. I will be truthful to my husband. I would not cheat on my husband. It will be for better or worse when I get married. So, you know, Mara, I totally understand that. Caroline said, looking for the younger man who just who just wants someone to take care of them. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you guys so much for the lip glosses. I think we are capable of getting married, just that we just don't want to marry anything, ladies. And again, there's a 40% chance for the single ladies on here to get married. So all hope is not lost. All hope is not lost. It is not. But with that 2.6%, oh yes. You think like, oh my God, you know, dang, it's only 2.6%. I better marry who the hell I come upon, you know? No, we don't want to do that. We just don't want to marry anything. We don't. Right, ladies? Let's be taking a look at that. Hey, Mina. It says here. Let's go down here a little bit. It says 20 years ago, Sally described herself as being happily married, happily single, but at age 47, she got married to a 50-year-old man who had never been married. I hear you guys make a fantastic couple, and people must look at you and say, there's hope for me, right? Psalms asks. I have heard that sentence many times, Sally said. You know, she's 47 years old. She found a man that was 50 years old. And I do have friend girls that just got married in their late 40s or early 50s. So I really do believe that there is a chance for love. You know, like we said, we don't want to marry anything. And there are some gentlemen out there who prefer to get their education as well and become stable before they have children and get married. So I can see that. I can. It says, ask how much difference she thinks it made for her that she didn't put pressure on herself to get married, Sally said. Where it probably made those single years a lot happier because I wasn't longing for something I didn't have. I love the story you just did about taking a class and being happy. It's perfect. I had a very wide circle of friends, she says. I had a business that I was growing. I needed to devote that time to that to make it successful. See, she had a business. Okay. A lot of these women out here have businesses as well. And they just don't have time for a relationship because they're trying to establish their business. They're trying to get their businesses established. Hey, Niecy, how are you doing? They're trying to get their businesses established. So I think it goes both ways as far as 40 and up with the men as well. Because a lot of the guys are getting their educations as well. And they want to be stable as well before they get married. What do y'all say? I think it would be right. I think that we don't have to marry any and everybody, just to say I'm married. Because I've seen so many women go through. And you notice the divorce rate is so high because they're just marrying anyone. But I also think, personally, my personal opinion, you don't have to be with someone 5, 10, 15 years to get married. Just don't, because it's going to be forever. Sir, you've been with me 15 years and you haven't asked me yet. That's a problem. That's a problem. I would say that's a problem. Would you ladies say that's a problem? 15 years, 10 years, that's a problem. Either he doesn't want to marry you. I'm going to say he doesn't want to marry you. You're not the one he wants to marry. So why keep wasting your time? Move on. And don't give him an ultimatum. It's not cool to give him an ultimatum because he's going to marry you because you said you either leave or marry me. Oh, you want them to love you genuinely, unconditionally. That's what we're looking for. That's what I'm looking for a marriage. Someone to love me unconditionally. Caramel says there's no rush and there's no rush to have a bunch of kids. I totally understand, Caramel. You better go home and sleep. You don't have to worry about nobody waking you up till I'm hungry. So that's what a lot of the women are doing nowadays. They're getting their education and they're getting their businesses established. And it's taking years of college. And I like the fact that they are waiting. My daughter is not married. She's 28 years old, but she's not focusing on getting married right now. She's focusing on her career. Let's take a look here. See what this ad says about us women over 40 years old. Oh, my God. So, ladies, again, I'm saying that it's a chance. It is a chance for us to get married. It's a chance, 40% chance. Let me stop sharing here. I also pulled up dating sites for women over 40 that women over 40 are using. They are actually using these sites to meet their husbands. I too have a friend girl, 2 girlfriends actually, that did meet their husbands online. And their husbands are really good husbands. They're really good husbands. Put fat rocks on their fingers. And they're very established men. So I'm kind of scared to go online. I'm not sure. Put a lip gloss in the chat if you've ever been online to date someone. Put a lip gloss in the chat. If you've ever went online to meet someone. I've just been afraid because, we got a lot of crazies out there, right? Let me just share the different websites right quick of where women are going over 40 to meet their mates. These are the top dating sites for women over 40 that women over 40 are using. They're using eHarmony. And it says here from 25 to 50 years old recommended. The recommended age. 25 to 50 years old. They pass you right on that eHarmony. They're also using Match, 25 to 50 years old. Oh, to 50 plus years old. So Match as well. It says an online dating heavyweight since 1995. Match gets high rap marks for the giant size of their membership based and the options it offers singles everywhere in the US and Canada. And their in-person interviews mixers. So they do have in-person mixers. I think that's neat. You can go actually meet someone at a public place with other folks, right? Just never know. The next one, the top third one is Our Time. I've never heard of them. Our Time. Our time caters to the mature users over the age of 50, simplifying the online dating process to help its users succeed in finding true companionship. So our time is actually for people 50 years and older. I think that is neat because they basically, put the youngsters to the side and say, hey, 50 and over, that's what I'm looking for. You don't have to worry about meeting a little boy, you know, 50 and over, our time. Okay. That's the name of that dating site, our time. And it says here, monthly visitors for eHarmony is 1.2 million people on a monthly basis on this dating app on eHarmony. Wow. Match.com has 3.2 million people that visit that site monthly. Wow. So there's a lot of people that are looking online for love. Like I said, two of my girlfriends, both of them are being very well taken care of. They have good husbands that they met online. It's just that I'm afraid to go online. If you don't know anyone, I know I shouldn't be, but I am. Our time has 879,000 people per month. They doing us over like that? The next top 4 pick is Bumble. Bumble. It says 24-hour time frame on connections means you must be online daily. They're saying you have to be online daily to get a 24-hour online time frame on connections. It says no verification on Facebook accounts to avoid fake profiles. I guess they have to verify. Some of these sites are verifying through Facebook, these accounts to avoid fake profiles. Wow. It said men can't send messages first. On Bumble, men cannot send messages first. How y'all feel about that? They want the ladies to initiate the process. How do you feel about that? I don't think I would be ashamed to, initiate the conversation with any of you ladies. And the top 5, it says Facebook dating. Didn't know Facebook had dating. It says matching is limited to those who live within 100 miles of your location. Most members are straight singles, so not recommended for those from LGBTQ plus community. I wonder why. Oh, are straight singles, they're saying. So they're not recommending it to the LGBTQ community. That's weird. Video chat unavailable. Facebook, I would like to video chat. Wouldn't you, ladies? I want to see who I'm going to meet prior to meeting them. Wouldn't you all? Come back to you, ladies. Take a look at the chat here. It says that, hey, Gypsy lady, how are you? Hello, Maria Montechesis, stopping by for a break. Thank you so much. Make sure you hit the like button. Thank you for joining us. Hey, sister friend. Again, thank you all for joining the chat, for joining the video today. I really appreciate it. Like I said, a lot of you ladies are 40 and up because I've looked at my analytics and it shows me that. And so I'm not sure how many of you ladies are single. However, if you are single, then this will be perfect for you. This is perfect information for you to let you know that there is a 40% chance that you will be able to get married. I love that. I love that. Go away, phone. I love that. Because at first they said 2.6. We'll never meet anyone that way, right? We won't. It says here, I did that 30 years ago on Yahoo. Heck, I didn't realize people still did that. I think farmers will be good. Farmers will be good because you know why? They work hard. They're used to working hard. And they're going to be gone all day working. They're going to be gone all day. Sometimes you want to be able to miss your mate, right, ladies? We want to miss our mate. We do. And I'm just saying, I'm not sure about, she said, hello, LOL. I'm not sure about the ladies on here that's married. I'm sure you don't want to sit up under your husband just all day. You want to miss him. Get out of here. Go to work, sir. I'll see you this evening. I'm going to miss you during the day, But just to be at home all day, sitting up under me or just being at home all day, yeah. I'm not looking for that. But you do have women out here as well. Hi, it's Colin. You do have women out here. I've met women at work as well that have, what they call them. I forgot what they call them. Like home dads that don't work. They just take care of the kids, take the kids back and forth to school, and they'll cook sometimes. That's not my preference. It's just not my preference. But, it could be any of you ladies' preference. I just don't want a man to be at home all day. I think that the man should work. Put a lip gloss in the chat if you think a man should work. If you're working, he needs to work, right? I'm not used to that, seeing a man stay home all day. But that's what's out right now. A lot of ladies are allowing their husbands to stay home with the kids, and they're bringing home the bacon. No, thank you. Hi, Gamblers Anonymous. How are you doing? No, thank you. Right. Right. Nobody wants a man to sit at home all day. I just don't. Personally, I don't. I don't. But I'm happy that it is 40%. There's a 40% chance now that we can be married. We're all looking for that special someone. However, we just don't want anything. Right, ladies? You just don't want anything. Don't go marry someone just because they ask you. You got to make sure that this man is right. You do. And I think a way to make sure a man is right, honestly, is kind of stay with him for a couple of days. See how he lives. See his reaction to things. Drop something on the floor and see how he reacts. You want to see a man when he's mad, right? I'm telling you, ladies, don't ever marry anyone if you have not seen them angry yet. You have to see a man when they're angry. Because if you don't, and when you do marry him and he does get angry, he may be lying and be ready to just knock you out. His first reaction will be to backslap you. And then what? You want to see a man when he's mad at you. See how he reacts, okay? You want to do that. Drop something on the floor or do something to see how he reacts when he's angry. Now, if he starts swinging, you already know what? He's not the one. He's not the one. And look at his work ethic. Right, ladies? Look at his work ethic. Caramel says, see what his relationship with his family is. Absolutely. Especially with his mother. Especially with his mother. If a man is not treating his mother right, we already know what? He is not going to treat us right. He's not. Because most men are what? Mama boys, right? Most of them are mama boys. I know my sons are mama boys. So if he's not treating his mom right, then what? He's not going to treat you right, man. He can disrespect his mother. He's not going to treat you right. I'm just being real about it. What do you all say? Being real about it. I did ask if anyone had dated online before, right? Anyone has ever met someone online and still dating them? I would like to know. Or even tried one of these online sites, eHarmony or Match.com or Our Time. I would like to know and see how your experience was. So yes, I definitely watch how they treat their mom. That's important. Absolutely, that's important. Because if he's not treating his mother right, there's no hope. There's no hope. Now, some men do have a tendency to what? Drop the drawers on the floor, the socks on the floor. That's something light. I'd rather you be dropping your socks on the floor coming from work than being in my house all day and not working. Hello. I don't need a house man, and, to each his own, but I don't need a house man. I don't need a man that's not working, because we're trying to establish something. We're trying to establish something here, trying to level up together. We can't level up with you staying at home all day. We cannot. That's a no-no. She says here, yeah, definitely. It's calling me speaking to Amina and Marva. Yes. So, hey, me, Monique, do you all think that this information was helpful? It was helpful to me because I was like, wow, Caramel said, make sure he has good hygiene. Absolutely. Those are some of the basic things. Good hygiene. Please, sir, brush your teeth. Don't want to smell it. Don't want to smell below either, right? He has to have good hygiene. Love salt and pepper. It's perfectly fine, salt and pepper. Some women, older women, have a tendency to not want to date a man with gray hair. I do. I'll date a man with gray hair. I have no problem with that. I have no problem with that at all. She said, say that again. Yes. Give me a second here, ladies. I also saw something. She said, good credit. Yes. It's called as good credit. Because mine is not so great right now, sir. I'm going to need you to what? Kick me down. Help me get my credit right on back up to where it was. Good credit. What are some of the factors that you ladies think that would be good in a man after 40 years old that he can contribute, that would contribute to us being able to marry him? Put it in the chat what you think are some good factors, good things about a man that would lure us to him, would make us want to go ahead and spend the rest of our life with him. While you do that, ladies, I'm going to do a countdown. I hope you all can hear it because I can't. I'm not sure why it's not doing it, guys. Thank y'all for being patient here. I was actually looking up some other areas, some other aspects of 40. They say 40 is still young, and many people in their 40s don't know what they want from life and love yet. Take a look at this one, shall we? Take a look at this other one, guys, ladies and gentlemen. Because I wanted to know, because I'm like, I'm all alone, and when am I going to be able to, when am I going to meet that one? Okay, let's see here. Where is it? This is it right here. Let's see if they say anything different from the last one. It said, if you do find yourself single during this amazing decade of your life, go up here. Where is it? Okay, I'm sorry. Here we are. It says, number one, it forces you to take responsibility for your happiness. Over 40 years old. It says, so many people place their happiness in the hands of their partner and believe that a romantic relationship holds the key to their eternal happiness. The truth is, we're responsible for our own happiness. If you're not happy on your own, a relationship might mask that for a little while, but it won't change that. So basically, they're saying you got to love yourself. They're basically saying you need to love yourself, ladies. You need to love yourself first before you go out there and love someone else. And I know a lot of these women over here in this chat love themselves. I know this. Hey, Angie. She said you have to balance each other. Absolutely. I can believe that. Hey, speak to your girl, Marcella. Hey, Teresa Phillips. She said you need joint and separate bank accounts. Let's get on the money, shall we? Do you all think that you should have your own bank account separate from your husband? Do you think that you should have your own bank account separate from your husband? I think, yes, we should have our own bank account. In this age, I think that we should have our own bank account because a lot of times there are prenups. And I'm telling you now, ladies, it's perfectly fine to have a prenup set, even if you're not filthy rich. Set it up now in case you win the lottery. And if he does piss you over, you won't have to give him nothing, $1. But always make sure that he's in front of an attorney. That's how Mary J. Blige got. He has to be in the front of an attorney when he signs his paperwork, and everything is explained to him by an attorney of law. Though he did sign the prenup for Mary J. Blige. However, he was not in front of an attorney. So make sure an attorney is present when he signs that prenup. Always. And like I said, it's perfectly fine to get a prenup now because you never know. You may get a job making $500,000 a year and end up paying him what? Spousal support. Put it in a prenup. No, I'm not paying you no spousal support. Nothing, sir, if we separate. Look at Jill Scott. She's paying. So many women out there, all these stars are out here paying for these men's lives, livelihood, and to keep them up, in the life after they've cheated on them. Because they weren't smart in the beginning. Get a prenup. It's perfectly fine. Even if we don't have a lot of money, get a damn prenup. Marcella, it's going to say you got to keep that separate account, Marie. Yes. In this age, you do because you never know. I had a girlfriend that worked with me, okay? She was a senior accountant. She's making bank. Her husband was the top man man for a top medical firm. I can't call the name. Okay. Top guy, CFO. He ended up getting terminated from his job because two of the women at the job were fighting over him. He was having an affair with two different women at the job. Well, two of them, they started fighting. They fought all three of them. He lost his job. Okay. This man ended up being on some type of substance. Okay. Being addicted to some type of substance. If you could have seen the man prior to him getting the substance, he was a gorgeous guy, had all his hair, just beautiful, bright skin, just professional glasses. If you see him when he went to jail, because he ended up going to jail, he looked like a scrawny little old bald-headed man. That's how bad the substances did his body. Okay. What he did was, at that point, he stole the kids' college fund, y'all. They had been married for some time, so you never know, honestly. That's why it's good to have a prenup at the beginning. He stole the kids' college funds, took it, and blew it on what? Substances. Thereafter, he started robbing banks. He actually robbed banks, and they caught him. How can you go from a CFO to a bank robber? The substances, of course, and the affairs. It's like when you do wrong, it will come back to you. It really will. But I felt sorry for her because she was so embarrassed. She ended up leaving the job. We opened our arms to her, but she was still embarrassed. So kids' college funds gone. Money in their bank, joint account, gone. So I think it's good to have a separate account. I really do. I really do. Absolutely, it's Collins. Go back up here and look at the comments right quick. She said, everyone, please make sure you subscribe. Yes, please subscribe to the channel. I really would appreciate it. Hit the like button. She said, yes, you should at a caramel. Yeah, separate accounts. You know, we love our husbands. We love our husbands, however. You just never know, ladies. You never know. That's why I say it's okay to get a prenup. I know when I get married, I'm going to have a prenup. I don't care if I don't have anything. I'm going to have a prenup. Because you never know what the future holds. And you never know it's going to mess up. And then what? You'd be like Mary J and the rest of them paying spousal support. So you're a grown man. And you cheated on me and I have to pay you? I'm like, why did the judge do that? I don't understand it. But I guess it's the law what they are. Marcella says, we have a prenup and post-nuptial. Absolutely. Prenup and post-nuptial. Right. But I think I would try to handle everything on that prenup. I really would. I would try to think of everything in the book on that prenup because a lot of times they don't want to do what? Look at Todd and Candy. Allegedly. This man is buying assets everywhere. You notice that, guys, ladies? If you watch The Real Housewives of Atlanta, he's purchasing assets everywhere. She's like, why do you keep purchasing all this space, these buildings and things, and you're not doing anything with them? When are you going to put the Mexican restaurant here? When are you going to do it? He's not going to do it, Candy. He's just establishing his worth. He's establishing his assets. So when y'all get a divorce, he will have all that. And all he have to do is sell it and have bank. Ma'am? Candy? Wake up, girl. Snap out of it. Allegedly. That's what he's doing. And it's obvious. You can see how he looks at her. He's really just not that into her, to me. I'm just saying. To me, he doesn't look like he's that into her. He doesn't. Like I said, you want to be married, but like Candy, she ran to marry him. Girl, you see, he did not want to sign that prenup. If y'all recall, on the Housewives of Atlanta, Todd did not want to sign that prenup. He did not want to sign it. You know why? Because he was trying to get that money, baby. He was trying to get that money. So what he decided to do, okay, I'll marry you. What I'm going to do is purchase me some land and give me some assets. So in case we divorce, I'll have money. Thank you. Candy, you can't see it, girl? I can see it from here. I'm way down here in Texas, ma'am. That's a shame. In love with the Coco. Oh yeah, yeah. He looked so bad. He looked so horrible from a gorgeous guy, gorgeous gentleman, to a little scrawny, dirty. So he did. Now he's in prison. And I know she had the life, but you just never know. That's why I say it's okay to get a prenup, ladies. Please. It's perfectly fine for you to get a prenup. Marcella, I'm the great. She said, Marcella, I'm great. I'm ready to drop the special announcement. Stay tuned today. Oh, Amina's going to make a special announcement today. All right. Yes, Amina. Let's see here. Hey, KRMG. Let's see. She said he is arrogant to me. Yes, he is. He's very arrogant. Candy, he barely wants to take you on a date. Not that I'm getting to the housewife, but he barely wants to take on a date. She smiled so hard when he told her he would take her out. Really, ma'am, that's your husband. He is supposed to take you out with no problem, right, ladies? He's supposed to take her out. Marva says Candy could do better. He feels like an opportunist. It feels like an opportunist to me. I don't care for him. Me either, Marva. I don't care for him. I don't, because I know it's obvious what he's doing. It's just obvious. The man is building his assets. So when you get a divorce, like he got mad with her daughter, she bought her daughter a truck. Why, sir? That's her money. Why are you upset? Because she bought her daughter a Porsche. See, you have to, if you have kids too, you have to look out for that too, how the spouse would, treat your kids. That's why I prefer to marry someone who has kids and to see how he treats his kids. Right, ladies? We want to check and see how he's treating his kids. Right? Right. Let's see here. Amina says, hit the like button. Share it. Absolutely. Please subscribe if you're not subscribed to the channel. And please make sure your notifications are set, because it does show me that some of your notifications aren't set. That's why you're not getting the notifications, kind folks. It's going to say I never liked Todd. Me either. Yes, Edge with her money. That's right. So she's not the only one who can have that problem. We can have that problem one day. We can have that problem. I don't know if you saw the lady that won the lottery, $68 million. You know what our man said he wanted? What is the name of that car? Oh, gosh. It's not a Bentley. Somebody call it for me. Starts with a B. Very expensive car. That's what he wanted for his birthday. Really, sir? And not working nowhere, y'all. Nowhere. And you can see he was a bomb. But she's a healthier woman. Ma'am, you don't have to pay like you weigh. You don't have to pay like you weigh. It's men out here. You don't have to do that. And I'm telling everyone, you don't have to do that. Yes, I'm a thick sister, but I'm not going to pay nobody. I'm not the one. Don says, and he wants to do anything for his daughter. He don't want to do anything for his daughter. Right. He's a very selfish dude, right? He's very selfish. A Bugatti. Thank you very much. And Entertainment T Uncut. Thank you, Nisi. A Bugatti. He wanted a Bugatti for his birthday. And she bought it like a dummy. If I would have bought it, it would have been in my name. She would have. You have to watch that. Like I said, Todd is establishing his assets. He's getting his assets together in case something go down, allegedly. That's what I'm going to say. So when they divorce, he's still going to get some more money from her, plus those assets, because they are in his what? Name only. She's like, why you haven't did anything with it yet? Don't ask that dumb question, ma'am. You already know what time it is. You should know what time it is, ma'am. She said, or Lisa, that's right, Caramel, or Lisa. She said, shaking my head. Yes, Angie. A lot of these men nowadays, I'm going to tell you right now, they are looking for someone to take care of them. Some of these men, they are looking for a woman to take care of them. And guess what? We are not the one, right, Jesus, ladies? We're not the one. Now look at here, you sir. I have met people, but if I get the least inclination, something's up with you, I'm out. I don't have time. I don't. I know I need to get out more. That's probably why I haven't met anyone, because I don't get out as much. I don't have a car anymore, so I can't get out. But the point is, I'm taking care of any man, any grown man. I'm not going to do it. So don't expect it. Not from Marie. Taking a look here at the chat. Yes, Kenny can do better. Much better. Much better. Let's go back to the 5 essentials, shall we? Okay. It says here, some singles in their 40s still act like they're in their 20s. So they're trying to say that women in their 40s, I have seen it. Where women in their 40s are acting like they're what? Kids, right? We've seen it on here, right? It says maybe they've come off off of a nasty divorce and just wanting something casual. Maybe they've never learned how to approach relationships maturely. Maybe they're trying to relive their 20s, or maybe they're not looking to settle down. There are a lot of reasons people may revert back to dating patterns they followed in their 20s. They're saying that some women have a tendency to revert back to their 20s. I don't think so. Now, I am guilty of comparing, I would say, comparing a good man that I had to all the other men to a good man that I had previously had. I was looking for the same thing. I was, but every man is different, unfortunately. Every man is different, unfortunately. I was, but I don't think I'm reverting back to my 20s when I'm trying to date someone now. No, we're looking for a grown, mature man that has good sense, common sense. Let's have some book sense too, sir, shall you? Let's have a little bit of sense, I would like to work, and then I wouldn't mind saying, I'm domesticated. I like cooking, cleaning. I can do that, and then I can work as well. Like I said, you want to level up together. She said, hey, beautiful sister. Yes, comparing exes. Yes, I did. I compared ex. Not XEX, but exes to the other man. As far as financially taking care of me, things of that nature, or how he even treated me. Was he passionate? You got some men that are not passionate. They don't want to be affectionate. That's what we're looking for too, affection, I would say. But again, I don't want to be up under you all day, every day. I don't. I'm just saying. I want to miss you just like I want you to miss me, So they're saying some of the women in the 40s are acting kind of childish, basically. It says, number 3 says, if you're single again after being in a long-term, serious relationship, it's going to be a total life change. It is. After you've been in a relationship for so long. The guy was where he passed away. Somebody made him meet his demise. And it was very hard for me to move on to someone else. It's very, very hard. So it says, if you're single again after being in a long-term, serious relationship, it's going to be a total life change. It will. Let's see here. It says the majority of people in their 40s have been in at least one serious relationship before. And those who are re-entering the dating game after being with someone for a very long time may have gotten used to sharing their life with someone. Being single after being with someone for so long is going to be totally different from what they've come to know. But the change can be incredibly positive and rewarding. That's good. We want something positive and rewarding. We want somebody to refresh us and make us feel, like that crush again, like that love again, like that wanting a man again. We want that, But if we have somebody boring who's so damn serious, I do want a serious man, however. It's okay to say a joke, sir. It's okay to laugh. And it's okay to smile. And if you meet one that's like that, believe me, I've been with one. They're mean as hell. They're mean. Who wants that? You want someone that's witty, funny, outgoing, sociable. You don't want an antisocial guy. However, you don't want him to speak to every Suzanne Lou either. It says here, number 4, the sex is amazing. There are some people who think that by the time you reach 40, you no longer have sex and passion and intimacy becomes a thing of the past. But this is a complete myth. Oh, yes, I thought that. But I have a lot of girlfriends that are older than me that still what? Get busy. 60 years old, getting busy. Getting busy. Getting busy. It's perfectly fine. If you can still get at it, get at it. Okay? Let's hear. Number 5, it says, it can be the greatest thing ever. Being single and 40, between 40 and 50 can actually be a life-changing experience in a good way if you let it be. The key is to relax, focus on having fun, and embrace this new phase of your life. But we're looking to get married, people. We're looking to get married. Life is whatever you make it. Life is not what happens to you. It's how you choose to react to what happens to you. That's something. Hey, Sasha, how are you? What do y'all think? My hand, I'm trying to push it this way. What do y'all think about this? Do y'all think that we are able to find somebody? I think we are. I think we are. And I'm just saying to you ladies, don't be discouraged. Don't be discouraged. If you're over 50, don't be discouraged. If you're over 50, don't be discouraged. Okay? Don't be discouraged. Is anyone in this chat discouraged? Because if you are, don't be. I don't want to ask that because that's your personal business about you being single. Put a lip gloss in the chat if you think that there is someone out there for everyone. And it's perfectly fine to be 40 and over and single. Put a lip gloss in the chat. Lip gloss work. Let me know if you think that it's fine to be single while you're in your 40s and 50s. I think it's fine. However, I do want to get married one day. And I know a lot of ladies do. Thank you, Mimi Twin. I know a lot of ladies in here do. But again, ladies, please don't just go marry anything. That's all I'm saying. Don't. It's a chance for us. We are going to be able to get married. But again, you don't want to marry anything just because he says a nice words to you or he can tear it up in the bedroom. You want to know the other aspects that he has to offer, the other contributors that he has to offer, positive contributors that he has to offer. Yes, you want to know that. I know I do. I want to know. Is there anyone out here who is capable of becoming a cougar? Who would date someone younger than them? Is it anyone in the chat that would date someone younger than them? I said I would not date anyone younger than me, but I'm reconsidering. I think I would date someone that's about 45, 46, 47. Yeah, I would. Because he should be mature at that point. If he's not, you know what to do. Release him. Anyone else will get with somebody who is not? She said, no way, not me. I heard that, Mimi. You know, I used to always say that I would never date anyone younger than me. I would always say that, you know. But if he's like 47 years old, very mature, act his age, responsible, I probably would, you know. But if he's childish and, you know, probably turn me off and I will go right back to not dating anyone younger than me. I've never dated anyone younger than me, you know. And that's just how it's always been. I was raised on women marry men that are older than them. I was raised like that. So, but I do see a lot of women that are cougars. I'm saying that some of these women that are cougars, they are dating men that are what? In their 20s. No, ma'am. I don't need anybody my children's age. I don't. She said, Marie, pray that you experience. Pray for that experience for you. Yes, thank you so much. She said, my husband is younger than me. That keeps me on the game. Marcella's husband is younger than her. See, I don't want my man to even look younger than me. Do you? Do you ladies want your man to look younger than you? No, hell no. You don't want no man to be running around there to be saying, that's your son. Hell no. Like Miss Jada did, allegedly. Running around with somebody look like her son. Girl, stop. You look young, but not that darn young. You're aging kind of bad there, Jada. You're getting a look, I don't know. I think you messed your face up by putting those things in your jaw. I noticed that they're there. But I don't want to date anyone that looks younger than me, especially if he is younger than me. Hi, Tawana, how are you? Good evening, all. Happy Monday. Tawana, we're just discussing dating and getting married. What are the chances of getting married 40 years and up? Don said, no, I don't. She said they would have to be mature, established with his own home. Absolutely, and own damn car. I refuse to date a man without a car and his own. Especially if I live with my mama. No, sir. No, I'm sorry. Bye-bye. You're too damn old to be living with your mom. No. She said, Marcella, you go. Yes. And see, Marcella's actually looks younger than her husband. See, I don't want a man that looks younger than me. I don't. We run around here talking about that's my son. You know, you have younger women trying to hit on your man. No. Mm-mm. So like I said, I will probably date somebody 48, 49, 47. But they have to be mature, have their own, and be established. Because when you first start dating, man, you don't want them to stay at your house. You don't. If you find a man and he's trying to get in your door, you already know what time it is. Sir, no. No. Nobody's coming in here unless I'm married. Period. They're not. Like I said, I want to get married. I want my dad to walk me down the aisle. He's still living. I want him to walk me down the aisle. I better hurry up, right, ladies? I better get it together and get out there, right? I better get on out there. I better get out there. But, God says the man will find his wife. Maybe it will be the UPS driver that drops something out one day or something. You never know. But I'm not desperate by far. I'm not desperate by far. However, I do want someone to be with, once my kids get out of college and stuff, they're going to be on there. They're going to be gone. I'll be by myself, my lonesome. I would like to spend my life with someone in the end. Wouldn't you all? I want to experience it. I want to experience it. I do. She said, you'll be a beautiful bride, Marie. Thank you very much. My daddy always says that. And I just want to do it before he leaves here. I really want to do it before he leaves. But I'm not going to, I told my daddy, I'm not going to marry anybody. I'm sorry. I love you. I want you to walk me down the aisle, but I'm not going to marry any damn body. Because he knows I'm tough. He knows I'm tough. You swing on me, you're going to get swung on what? Back. That's how that's going to work. I just want somebody, want to get married. So, what do you ladies think? Do you think that I should get out more? Put a lip gloss in the chat if you think I should get out more. If we women, single women 50 and over, 40 and over, should get out more to meet a husband. Or do you think we should just stay home and just wait for him to come? Put a one in the chat. I think we need to get out a little bit more, because how are we going to meet somebody if we're not out there? How? She said, no stress though, beautiful. Right. Do y'all think that we should get out more? Is that it? Mimi Twin said, yes, get the hell out of there. I believe you, Mimi Twin. Just get out. Even if you're going to the store somewhere, just may meet someone, Like I said, I'm not desperate, but I do want to get married. But I'm not going to marry any damn thing. Y'all don't have to worry. I'm not. Yes, get out of the house. Yes, I need to get out of here. I need to get out of here. Even if I have to walk to the store or something, to the local store or something, just get out. I do. I know I do. But basically, this particular live was just to tell you ladies that's 40 and up, because in the demographics on my channel, you all are 40 and up. Most of y'all are 40 and up. We have a couple of folks that's in their 30s. And it says that we have a chance, a 40% chance to get married now. It used to be 2.6. I'm so happy that percentage increased. I am so damn happy. Because that's the case, we'll all be single for the rest of our lives if it's just 2.6%. Be a bunch of single women out here. It says here, you need to go to the church, boys, to the church. Boy, those men believe in laying hands, LOL. Now, you know what? I'm going to be honest with you. Men from the church, I just don't know. Because folks, when they go to church, they're looking for, forgiveness for some of the things they've done. They're looking for forgiveness, and, I just don't know about a church guy. But I do want somebody who fears God. Don't get me wrong. I do. I just don't think I would want to meet him at the church. That's all. Anybody have any questions about this, about the fact that there's a 40% chance that we will get married, single women that's 40 and up? I'm happy to bring this information to you. If you don't know about this, if you didn't know about this information, 40% chance, guys. It's not 2.6 anymore, ladies. We are going to get married. That's almost half. That's almost 50%. So it will be up to us when we meet these guys to get it. And it will be up to the guy as well to meet our criteria. And we're not asking a lot. I'm not asking for a lot. I told you I want a grungy man who probably is a mechanic or something. I just like it. I just like it. I don't know why. She said, I need to get out too. Stop turning away all those trying, but The pickup lines be weak. Yeah, if they got some silly pickup lines, Mimi, I'm with you on that. No, sir. No. No. I'm kind of old school. You know how the guys ask you there? I simply ask you, what you like to do on your spare time. Not all the extra stuff like, can I come meet you tonight? Hey, sir, you just met me, sir. Let's talk on the phone right quick first. Let's see what's going on. You can hear some things in their voice. He may be by. You can tell by his mannerisms. I want to see all that. Okay? I want to see all that before I decide to, get serious. Yeah. Mimi said she needs to get out too. She said, stop turning away, yeah. But the pickup line is not right, Mimi. I don't blame you at all. I don't. Because if the pickup line is so weak, it makes you think that they're kind of weak, Makes you think that they're kind of weak. Right? Say something silly. I'm like, kind of childish, sir. But they're laughing at me. Me speaking with your girl, I said, for real. I met my husband and I said, I like what you want. She said, I like you, what you want to do. 18 years later, she said, I like you, what you want to do. 18 years later, here they are. Yeah. As Carla said, the church men are worse than the street men. Some of the biggest players are in the church, Marie. Absolutely. As Carla was just saying that. I prefer not, because they're in there looking for forgiveness, and they are also in there looking for what? Some ass. Yes, they are. Even the preachers, even the pastors, we see that. Oh yeah, some of the biggest whores are in church. I'm sorry, ladies, they are. Hey, Wucha, hey, yes. Wucha, what you have to say about that? About this? See, Wucha always have something funny to say, doesn't she? Yes. Please, guys, hit the like button. Please hit the like button if you have not hit the like button. I really would appreciate it. Folks in the clouds, please hit the like button. And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. We're coming with positive content, and we are coming with content that's, that women want to know. And I wanted to know, is there a chance I can still get married? I wanted to know that. And there's a 40% chance. I ain't saying not to go get your phone every now and then. I'm just saying that marriage, right? Marva says, meet them out several times first, not to your home right away, right? Men will respect that, absolutely. And smart women will respect your children. They will respect that. They will say, hey, never been here. You want to come to my house first night? There's a problem. You're not getting none. Especially if they try to sleep with you on the first night, that's a no-no. Let them go. And especially if they come at you with what? Without a condom. Hell no. You hear me? Because if you're trying to do me without one, what that mean? You're doing everybody else without one, sir. Let's go to the doctor, shall we? I want to see some paperwork. That's me. I don't have a problem asking somebody for their paperwork. Paperwork, please. Thank you. Jack the Voice says, church women are easy. Jack the Voice says, church women are easy. I bet you they are. Wucha say the church men can be holy. Oh my God, yes they can, Wucha. Yes, hey, Welllock Nation. How are you, sir? Oh my God, it's gonna say 100. Yes, everybody hit the like button. Caramel says, meet them in a separate car. No home address for him right away. Absolutely not. Hell no. And then make sure he's not following you home, ladies. Make sure he's not following you. Always take a different route. I just learned that from the game. Take a different route, because you don't want this man following you. And when you do let him come over there, remember, don't let him leave a what? Sock. Don't let him leave nothing at your house. Guess what? You don't think he live there now. And don't let a man get what? Mail at your house either, ladies. Because once he get mail at your house, guess what the police going to say when you try to put him out? He's getting mail here. He ain't got to go nowhere. Remember that, ladies. You will have to officially evict him if he gets any kind of mail at your home. Remember that. She said, it took my husband 2 months before he knew where I lived. Right, Caramel? Right. And they will respect that. You're right. Absolutely. They will respect that. Because they're going to know that you what? Not a freak. First of all, and that you're a woman that needs to be respected, that you're a woman worth respect. Marva said, we are like nations. Wait, Wu Child said driving, I'm shooting up to the clouds. Okay, honey. Thank you so much, child. Will Lock says women are advertising for marriage, aren't they? We're not necessarily advertising for marriage. However, we want to get married, but we're not desperate. We are like nation. That's all I was saying. We're not desperate. We're not gonna have you what? Do us any kind of way. We're not having it. You know, and like I say, ladies, meet them, greet them, date them, see what's up. As soon as he do something that you really don't like, I'll be gone. I'll be gone quick. Especially if it's something like pretty derogatory or something. I just, if he turns you off, go. Don't even stay with him. Go. Because you're not gonna, and you can't get over it, then you're not gonna be able to get over it. Just leave him alone. Ladies, don't waste your time. Mara says, why can't I see how many likes you have? And Marie, Woo Child can see them. Can you see them? Woo Child, can you see how many likes I have? Let's see here. We are like nation. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Ain't nothing wrong with it at all. Because truth be told, men want to get married too. Really? Well, we are like. Some of them prefer to stay single, and live the bachelor's life, and have a friend here and a friend there. I don't need a man with all these friends. I really don't. Look at a girl from the Housewives. What's her name? The model. Her husband brought her in a house full of women, and someone was looking at her crazy. Oh, yes, you have slept with at least one or two of them, sir. You have, Mr. Mike. Allegedly. I'm just saying. These women were looking at her like she was straight crazy. And I would have been looking crazy. Why the hell are you in the house? Got me in the house with a woman full of women. You don't have with no men? What's the deal with that? No. I'm not feeling that at all. Which I say, nope, I can't see them. The likes. Mimi Twin, I have a cousin who used a dating app several times. That is not for me. See, Mimi, I'm glad you brought that to my attention because I've had girlfriends do it. And they married these guys quickly, though. They did marry these guys really quick. But they are still together. They are still together, and they're living in beautiful homes and everything, but still, you never know what's going on behind closed doors either, do we? Marcella says, hold on. Let's go up down here. Marcella said, Marie, it's almost at 1,000. Yes, guys, please, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. Please subscribe, and please hit the like button. I really would appreciate it. Thank you so much, Marcella. Please subscribe. Woo Child, nope, I can't see the Pink Dynamite. All right. She said, if you are a church going woman, I'm going to challenge you to go to church outside of the neighborhood. Some churches do have some really prominent men going there. Some of them do. Some of the men there really do want to be godly, fear God, and want a wife and want to be right. So we can't put that negative aspect on every man. But some of them, they really want to live life right. And they're looking for their queen. So yeah, Pinky Diamond, I can understand that. She sends, she challenged us to go to church outside of the neighborhood, right? Because in this neighborhood, oh my God. RCB said, me either, me. No apps for me. No, I'm scared. I'm afraid of the apps. But I did bring them up here. And I want to say exactly 100. Yeah, I brought them up here because some people do use the apps, but I'm scared to use them. I don't want to have to hurt nobody. Because, sir, you have some psychos on there. And I'm not going to let you do me because I have what? Kids to come on to. So I'll be ready, standing ready. I'll be standing ready. No. Caramel said, take down his plate number just in case times have changed. Yes. I told you all what happened to a girlfriend of mine. She took down the plate. She asked her to go with her because she's with two guys. It was two guys in the car. She asked her to go with her. And my friend said, I can't go, but I'll take the license plates down, which is a Kentucky license plate. Then we put this story out there in case somebody knows anything about it. But the young girl, she's in her 20s. She left with the guys. And when she got home, they let her come all the way home to the apartments. And the neighbors heard her say, please don't do that. And they hit her in her head with a GUN, of course. They SHOT'd her. Right there. Why would you let her get all the way home? I guess they thought about it and said, you know what? Go do her. She's going to tell. And no telling what they've done to her before they brought her home, So my girlfriend gave the police the license plate. Guess what? Those plates did not go to that vehicle. Those plates did not go to that vehicle. Caramel and everyone. They did not. They were stolen plates. So they don't know who those guys were. And she had a little bitty baby. The baby was like 6 months old. I wouldn't have got in that car with two guys. I wouldn't have not have gotten in there with them. But she was young. He said, how long does a bachelor life last? Let's be honest. Well, I don't know. He said, I don't want to give too much away because I need my damn glasses. He said, well, I don't want to give too much away because of this. I'm going to on live in a few minutes. He said, because of this, he's going on live in a few minutes. Yeah. Single folks. Marva says, she said, I know hold on. I think she's trying to say something else. She said, I had no meaning by asking that at Wu Chow. She was just asking about the lights. Don said, yeah, all churchmen are not wolves. Well, that's good. I'm so glad because, we do want God-fearing men. We do want God-fearing men. We unlock, please share Marie channel. She's almost at 1,000. Oh, yes, please share, guys. Share the videos and hit the like button so we can make it to the top teasers. Dynamite say, never get into a car with two men. Absolutely not, Dynamite. I would not. Carmel says, oh, wow. Yes, that happened to her. She had a little baby. And I just didn't stand by them letting her get all the way home. I think that they thought about it once they got her there. And then one of the guys probably told him, get the car, go get her, because she's going to tell. Girl, as soon as I got out of the truck, I would have hauled ass and I would have hid. And like I said, no telling what they did to her. Well, they had her. It's sad. She was very pretty girl. This happened years ago. Yes, a Caramel. She says, see, you have so much information. You don't have to be single. We need you. We need your common sense. Yes, Caramel's married. She's married. I think it's wonderful. And I'm so glad a lot of you all are married. I'm so thankful that y'all all are married. It's just that I'm ready for my time. Thank you, We Unlock Nation. I'm ready for my time. A lot of the ladies are ready for their time to get married. However, again, we just want to marry anything. And like I said, according to the statistics, we have a 40% chance, which is way better than that 2.6 they had back in the 80s. So I'm happy about that. Karen said, I'm married and Marva CB. These are lessons learned from a very wise woman, my mother. I wish my mother was still here. Her and my dad didn't get married till they were grown, though. They didn't get married till they were, up in age, rather. Till we were grown, till we were grown. That's when they got married. But they had been together all that time. Yeah, she said, We Unlock Nation, just up to you. Awesome. Please check out We Unlock Nation. Thank you, We Unlock Nation. He's so precious. He is. Anyone have any questions about the dating or the percentage of how women over 40, what's anything about the statistics, the percentage? I feel it's better if you are single or whatever, put a lip gloss in the chat if you okay, that you're happy that it's a 40% chance, because I know a lot of women in age think that we're not going to get married. We're not, because there a lot of young girls, 20-some years old, are looking to get married. But I see now they are waiting to their early 40s and late 30s to get married because they are trying to establish their education and their jobs and their well-being. See, yes, a Caramella, 100%, yes. So I'm so happy to bring you ladies this information because like I said, there's a lot of women on here that are 40 and up. And if you are single, that was good news, right? That was good news compared to that 2.6%. Because I was like, oh my God, 2.6%, what the hell? But just keep it on, ladies. Keep it on. Our husbands are here. I think there's somebody for everybody. I do believe that there's somebody for everybody. Yes, Tawana, thank you very much. I do think there's someone for everyone. And like I said, when I get married, I'm going to be married forever, for better or worse. I am. But, things happen, but you just got to work at it, period. You just got to work at it. No man is perfect, ladies. No man is perfect. Just know that no man is perfect going into the relationship. He's going to have his flaws. And like I said, I hope it's something simple like, dropping your socks on the floor. I'll pick them up, sir. Especially if you're taking care of business. Hello. What you want to eat? What you want mama to cook today? Good morning. I'm just sitting here thinking, like, there is a chance, ladies. If you're not married, there is a chance. Marcella's been married 18 years. Caramel's married. Some of the ladies in here are married. And, Marva stayed married until her husband passed. That's what I would do. And I don't know if I would remarried either. All right, Marva. Just don't know. Because, I was dedicated to him. I was married to him. That was a covenant created. So I'm so thankful that you all took out the time to come to the live today. I really appreciate it. I hope this information was helpful. If you can, put a lip gloss in the chat if this information was helpful to you ladies and gentlemen. Put a lip gloss in the chat if this was helpful information to know the statistics of the age over 40 years old, if you're going to get married or not. Put a lip gloss in the chat if this live was helpful. Because I plan on doing lives that are helpful, We're also going to be doing lives with the news as well. Serious news. Celebrity news as well. And we're also going to make one day out of the week of this YouTube streets of what's going on. If things with YouTube and if things are going smoothly. We want to make sure that things are going smoothly on here. I noticed that they have been affecting folks' subs. A lot of folks are saying that they are not getting as many views as they were previously getting. So please share this live if you can. Please share this live if you can. Thank y'all so very much. Please share the live. And again, there is hope for us, ladies. It's over 50. It's hope for us. So don't worry. We're going to be just fine. Just fine. What you want today, Daddy? I love all of you. Thank y'all so much for joining today. I really appreciate it. Please remember to go double check your notifications on the channel because I did see it was only 27%. Check your notifications so you can get notified of the lives as well. Tomorrow morning, we should start back with the morning show with the horoscopes, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to start back with the horoscopes tomorrow morning. So get ready. See what life has to bring you. Again, please like this video. Please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. If you're new, if you're in the clouds, subscribe to the channel. Please. Otherwise, I love you guys. I really appreciate everything, all of your support. Please support the channel if you can. Otherwise, you know how we do it. I want all of you to have a wonderful, 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 wonderful rest of the evening. See you guys later and maybe on about Precious Sisters chats, right? I love you guys. And let's wait for Amina has an introduction. She wants to surprise us with something. Let's see what it is, okay? I'll see you guys later. Thank you so much and have a wonderful, wonderful evening.